This again, Chris here. We're going to see if this one works, and we're strong on audio and video. So hit me up with any thoughts if they're coming through clear. I'm going to jump on my phone to make sure I'm not just bogging down Facebook too much on one device. Kind of crazy how it's slowing down. I think that's just Facebook right now. I think a lot of people are on. Who knew, right? Okay, gotcha. Let me know. Thumbs up. Give me something if we're working out and this is going well, and we'll keep rocking. So activity is a question I keep getting asked about, like which activities actually are producing results right now. And there's so many things. What's up, Brock? There's so many things you can do as a agency owner, as a creative, to really get things working and get things moving. But it's super, super important to the right things. We don't want to waste our time right now. JR, awesome. We're good on the yes, watching you. Okay, so far so good. Thanks, Brock. Make sure if you get audio or video problems, please let me know, because we're really trying to figure this thing out on my side. Our internet is just drilling it. We got amazing fiber connection here. Nothing else is slowing down, but Facebook Lives are just, everything seems to be slowing down, not bandwidth for the demand. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Samantha. Great to see you. Yeah, so let's just do this. Let's talk activity. Let's get some questions answered. If you have questions, fire away. Give me all you got. I'll answer them if I've got time. And we'll just knock this thing out as we go. And activity is really, really, really important. There's so many things you can do as an agency owner right now. There's funnels you can build. You can be working on your copy. You can be putting out video content. You can be doing Facebook Lives. You could be hanging out in your groups, other people's groups, getting on podcasts, getting interviews in other Facebook groups, tons and tons of stuff. Robert, awesome to see you. Mike, great. Welcome back. There's so many things you could be doing. And I'm talking to a bunch of other creative agency owners every day, and really, really working on things that are and aren't working. So here's the best practices we're seeing. And this is probably a compilation of literally a couple of dozen conversations that I've had one-on-one with other agency owners, and it's working. Okay, so right now, direct conversation, the more you can jump on direct conversation, the better. Okay, direct conversation seems to really, really be working. Meaning if you can jump on a call, set up a Zoom call, a phone call. Obviously, Zoom is like the world's favorite thing to do right now. So jump on a Zoom call, but ask questions. Here's the pattern. Jumping on a Zoom call, if you want to call it a strategy call, if you wanted to call it a growth opportunity, if you wanted to call it a discovery, if you want to call it a partnership, if you want to, whatever you want to call your Zoom call thing, jump on there, drop out a bunch of auto scheduling links so people can book a time on your calendar, and let people know what you're doing. I'm calling to ask questions to find out what's working and not working for you, and looking for opportunities to figure out a way that I can serve you. If that's for free or if it's paid, I'm open to both opportunities. That is working for a lot of people. We're having success in our own agency. We work a lot with medical and dental professionals in our agency, and we're having success reaching out, just getting opportunities going. And so many other creatives that we're talking to are having some same success. So here's how that call goes. It's really simple. It's just a simple call to sit down. The video thing is the best because you can actually make that real life connection. What's up, Lori? What's up, Alex? Great to see you all. Oh, so great to see all everybody. Blaned, make sure I'm saying your name right. That's a really cool name. Blaned, am I saying that right? Give me a thumbs up or something. I don't want to mess up your name, but I love the way your name looks. It's very cool. Lori, great to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. So we want to make sure that we're setting up the calls and actually doing the right thing in that call. So it comes down to just building that relationship for a few minutes, and then really making sure that you're finding out what they need. Really go into these calls listening for what they need, and making sure that you're not just there to sell, but you're there to help. So many people right now in your market, whatever market you work in, if it's restaurants, if it's some industry, like if it's manufacturing, if it's sales, if it's Facebook ads, if it's creating, Shopify sites, whatever it is, there are really big needs, and you can hear them if you're on a one-on-one call. And then you can think creatively and get back to that person, or right then pitch an opportunity that you could help them with. That's super cool. It's very workable, and you really can do it. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. A lot of other opportunities and things you could do, like building out your funnels or creating tons of video content. I'm running into some people who are like building out courses and creating huge online suites of things right now. And there's two ways that goes: the successful and not successful way. Okay, here's what scares me. I'm seeing a lot of people who are saying, oh, I've got all this time right now, I'm going to build out this course I've always wanted to do, or write this book that I've always wanted to write, or make this amazing template structure I've always wanted to do for this new market or new opportunity. I've been thinking about this for years. I would really be careful with. So you go after things, and if you're building in a vacuum, you could really waste a lot of time. All right. You might have this amazing idea that you think is going to work and make it best fair. What's up, Michael? Awesome to see you. Tyler, great to see you too. Make sure that that thing has been tested. That's where these one-on-one calls really come in handy. If you're building this dream you've always had and you're not building it with the market and interacting with your clients as you're doing it, then you probably meaning you can have a much greater chance of building something that's unsellable, that's not really meeting the need of your client. If you've already got an enormous amount of client data, not just your intuition, but you really have an enormous amount of client or prospect data, and you really know their needs and wants, and you're walking through life with them, and you're building a course on top of that, awesome. It's active, it's live, it's relational. Think of it this way: it's kind of like in any other personal relationship. Like let's say you're in a dating relationship, right? And your significant other is fantastic. You love them and you can't wait to spend time with them. And you're going to build this amazing date that y'all are going to have this great experience. But you've actually never gone on one date with the person yet, right? If you've never gone on one date with the person, you have no business building this amazing, unbelievable opportunity, because chances are you're going to strike out there and you're not going to really make the connection you want, because you don't know what that other person's real passions and love and experiences and feelings are about whatever you're creating. So creating content without the live feed from your market is kind of scary. So just saying all that to say, build the thing you've always wanted to build. If you have time right now, a great opportunity for that, but make sure you're still in those one-on-one relationships with your market. Remo, great to see you. Glad you're back. Michael, having more conversation, lots of market research and convos. Yes, absolutely, Michael, crushing it right there, because that conversation gives you research. You don't have to have a research degree. You don't have to buy lists. You don't have to go out there and do all that kind of expensive stuff. You literally just sit down and listen to people's needs, jot down what you're finding their consistent need patterns are, and you can build and you can offer cash flowing products and services right now, and you can build your new thing. All right. Let's talk funnels for a second. Lots of people are kind of building out funnels right now and trying to push what works, what doesn't work in a funnel structure. Again, same mentality. You can go funneling all you want. You can have amazing results if you have live market feedback. And I don't mean let's run $2,000 for ads to a funnel because it just created this weekend and then it messes up and we try another $2,000 next week, another $2,000 the next week, until we keep iterating. I'm saying go to your market, find out what works and what doesn't, and you'll shorten that learning curve. Yeah, one-on-ones take time and they're emotionally draining sometimes if you're more of an introvert and you just don't want to sit in front of the screen, but they really do work. You need live interaction, one-on-one market time to really make that connection. So all that to say, and then any questions, pop them up here if you want. All that to say, the activity that's going to work for you right now, and I'm telling you, literally dozens of conversations with agency owners who are actually getting results. The ones who are getting results, they either had a product or service that they were selling that's very relevant in this market niche and time right now, meaning really helping people make conversions and get their optimizations done, like for your offer. So if you're creating the correct offer and you can help people sell, that's an amazingly convertible skill set. A lot of automation. I do a lot of automation and medical stuff and dental stuff in my agency. We do a lot of sales in there. Medical world right now has been crushed. You'd think everybody's got this virus and so they want to sit around and talk medical, but they don't. It's the primary care folks in the hospitals who are still open, but a lot of the high-end surgery groups that we work with are really shut down because they can't do elective surgeries in a lot of hospitals right now. But the actual market research, finding out what they do need, ways we can do some telemedicine, ways we can get them in front of some billable opportunities is really, really important right now. You can do the same in your market. The thing is If I try to lean on what worked for me a month ago, it's a losing scenario unless I have active live market research activity today. So you will probably make money the fastest. I'd say probably like 90% probability by getting involved in your own Facebook group, other Facebook groups that are in your niche, and you can go in there and have conversations. Don't go scraping and harvesting people out of Facebook groups. No group leader loves that. But adding real active value when people have questions in Facebook groups and communities that you're part of is a phenomenal way to build relationships, invite people to be your friend, build a relationship, ask them how you can help. Say, hey, can we jump on a Zoom call? I'd love to hear what you're doing. And if I can offer you value, I will. And just jump on a 30-minute Zoom call. So you give them some free advice. Awesome. You're going to learn so much about your market by doing that. And they may want to hire you. So our sales numbers, let's just be honest, our sales numbers have gone down about 50%. So we have to have, right now, we have 50% more activity to reach the same revenue numbers we used to reach a month ago. So 3 weeks ago, whatever. So our closing rates have gone down. I'm just making sure you understand that. So we get on, let's say we get on 10 sales calls and we close 50% in the past. We're closing 25% now. Okay. For our closing rate, depends on the type of, if it was a referral type, we get almost all of those, right? We close almost every one of those. Now we're closing about half of what we used to close, not because the referral bad, but because some people have more or less resource, or they're scared, or not ready to move. It's hard to motivate people forward. But if we used to get 100%, almost 100% of referral type business closed, we're getting about half of that. If we'd get 50% of relatively cold or very lukewarm opportunities, then we're closing about 25% of that. All that to say, we've doubled our activity to keep our same results. And I just actually went through and pulled the numbers up. I'm just making sure I'm getting questions answered here. I'll be right there. Pulling up those numbers, and we're still, as of Friday evening when we shut down for the week, we're still 50% of what we were. That's fantastic. If you're 10% of what you were in your closing patterns, that's great. You got a number. Like, do the activity, track those numbers so you know how to plan and how to go out and get new opportunities. If you need to jump onto LinkedIn, if you need to jump on Facebook, if you need to jump on Instagram, wherever you are, if you need to jump in your email list, wherever you are, however you generate activity, amping it up to cover the difference is really important. Building communities is really important. Being active out there. The worst thing any of us can do. Michael, launching a new group in the next 3 days. Boom. Michael Rosenberg right there, launching a new Facebook group, I'm thinking, within the next 3 days. That's amazing. Okay, so following Michael's activity here, launching a new Facebook group and inviting people into your Facebook group that have a similar market or niche or whatever, or something you can help with, the people you serve, building a community of the people that you serve with your products and services, and offering value in there is so important, because it shows people you're real, you actually know what you're doing, and then you can bring activity out of that and do so much good for that community. And you'll find some people in there who actually want to engage you in a payment situation as well. Yay. That's awesome, right? So it's okay. Yes. Michael, launch. Yeah. Okay, cool. So making sure that you're getting the activity in the right place at the right time is so important. I keep saying that over and over again, but it really, really, really matters. So that's it for activity. Okay. Track your numbers, know your activity. Don't stop. I was about to say the worst thing you can do, the worst thing you can possibly do. Michael, this is awesome. You're like making this a total cliffhanger. Here's Michael again. So got real clear on what I want to serve powerfully, partnering with another person to grow it. Michael, boom, fist bump on that one. Love that. Samantha just launched a new group this morning focusing on giving value at the moment. Boom, love that. Look at all. See, that is so amazing. You're going to do so much good for so many hundreds and hundreds of people just because you're able to reach those communities and add real value. Real value. It doesn't have to be paid yet. Just add value. The payments will come. You give and you get. It totally works. Circle of life, whatever you want to call it, karma, you name it. Bottom line is, if you give to people, they give back. It's so true. I will feel emotional saying this, and I do, this Facebook group right here has meant so much to me over the past few weeks because you guys totally give back so much to me. Emotional support, community, a home, a neighborhood, because I can't go out anywhere, right? Like you guys are becoming my neighborhood in a way I never thought. I love that. So jump in there, invest in others, and you'll so glad you did. Okay. The yes, Mike. Mike says, thanks everybody. Mike says, Michael Roseberg, knowing who to serve is 110% of the game. Absolutely right. Who to serve and what you're going to serve them with, right? And find out who you're going to serve based on a couple of key factors, like you know your niche, you know who you could help potentially, and you love hanging out with them. Some nuances to that. If you look back in our Facebook feed and lives the past few weeks, you'll learn more about that. And also, you can probably reach out to Mike here, and he could help you out with a little more too, I'm sure. And then also, actually figuring out how you're going to serve them is hanging out in the group, serving. You're going to learn more. Right now, things are a little bit different, and so you're going to learn from that process. So, Brenda, awesome, great to see you. High five to you too. So let's talk about the worst thing you can do real quick, since I keep cliffhanging that one. The worst thing you can do is sit around and wait. All right. The people right now who sit around and wait in this market and don't take action and don't move forward and don't create activity, even if it's very imperfect, getting active is the key. Stopping and shutting down will shut your business down. Okay? Stopping is stopping with a capital S. Okay? You need to move. This market, the markets we all work in, they are moving and thinking and being creative. Just the local restaurants. Local restaurants seemed to be like a nightmare a week ago. And I know there's still a lot having a very tough time. But I'm watching the local restaurants as I drive around town this weekend, and we're getting some takeout. We're trying to do our part to support our local folks. Just watching the evolution of the restaurants, the donut shops, the little custom eateries, the organic places, the liquor stores, the small grocery stores, the big grocery stores, all of those groups, they're getting creative. The market's moving in every niche I can see. And even in my world, specialty medical providers who are shut down from doing any kind of electives in these hospitals, the market's moving. Doing nothing will kill your business. Doing anything you can think of in a patterned and consistent way to serve will show you the opportunities, and it will give you opportunity, and it will make you sustainable. And you'll be one of the ones who comes out of this thing. This thing is short-lived. This has a shelf life. All humans on the planet are not going to stay home and stare at Zoom for the rest of their lives. That's not how this works. In a couple of months, this thing's going to tip back up. And it takes that much time to become a strong hero in your market. So get out there, be active, be supportive, and do the things it takes. It takes a couple of months to build that kind of base. You got a time, you got a chance right now. Go get it. And when this thing tips back up and people's pocketbooks loosen up a little bit, you're going to have the opportunity. You're going to get paid in the meantime too. It just works. All right, let me just rewind this thing real quick here. Make sure I'm getting everybody done here. If you have questions, let me know. Brock, long-term strategy, high value behavior. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be that high value person. Create opportunity for you and your market, and you will be the one that they look forward to seeing when things change. Any questions? If not, I'm going to wrap this thing up. It's awesome with all of y'all. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Central US. You can jump in. If you have questions I'm not answering, I'm compiling questions every day and putting them out in this format. That's kind of the easiest way to make sure I get to help you guys and girls get things rocking. If you have questions, please put them in the comments below each video, because I've found that when you private message them, it's awesome. Love seeing them. But more people learn and kind of reform the question and add value to the question that we're answering if they're in the comments below. We're always better together than we are alone. So let's do this thing together out there. Dennis, do you let competitors into your group? Absolutely, Dennis. Great question. Do you let competitors into your group? Yes. So Elite Agency Inner Circle right here. Great example of that. I teach. So my own agency, This is my fourth agency. I love the creative agency model. Let me tell you what my agency does, and then what Elite Agency does, and then who the competition is that's actually in this group right now, probably watching these live videos, which is fantastic to me. So my own creative agency, I'm on my fourth one. The one I currently have deals with medical and dental high-end specialists, and we take surgery groups into rural communities around the United States, some large communities, but very high-end specialty surgeons and high-end specialty dentists that we work with. So that's my agency right now. This is my fourth agency. We've been in multiple niches. We love the agency model, and we're very, very efficient. We have super high profit margins. We sell high ticket items all the time, and I work less than 30 minutes a day. I know this thing says 2 hours a day on the top of this Facebook thing, but that's because people struggle with even 4 hours a day. I think it's unrealistic. You can do this very efficiently, blah, blah, blah. All right, that's me. This group is to help people figure that out. So before all this stuff with the virus came out, it was all about just helping people learn how to close those higher ticket profit margin deals on a regular basis and do it in a very efficient way with systems and people. Love teaching that. Now we're still doing the same teaching, but we're really just, as your questions come up, we're just helping people shift their product and service offerings and pricing and sales pitch and all that to this new market, because we're finding success in it. Lots of other people are. We're just kind of teaching how to do that and still going after the efficiency, all that. Okay. Now you know what I teach in this group. Obviously, it's right there. There are other people in the group who teach other agency owners, creative agency owners, how to make high ticket sales, how to be efficient, how to do all that stuff. I'm not the only guy out there doing this, right? I've had to figure it out for me. I love the agency model. I don't do this just to teach you how to do this. I actually run my own agency, right? I love it. Lots of other people do the same thing. I'm not the only one out there, right? I just love teaching, and this has been a great outlet. And now I'm so glad I'm doing it here because we all have time. So it's important that you do let people who are competitors in your group. I totally believe in that. Here's my thinking. If I'm worried about a competitor, like weeding out people in my group who might do the same thing I do, then I'm insecure about the quality of my work. Like, there's so many people out there who need help with what you offer. Not just talking to you, Dennis, just to anybody else. Dennis, you're amazing. Obviously, everybody knows that. But anybody in this group, there's so many people who do what you do. And there's so many other people who need what you and those like you are producing and helping. It's okay. Be awesome. Get out there and crush it. Support the community. There's plenty of fish in the sea. And if anybody who's Xing people out of their groups who do a similar service or product, honestly, I just think, if you're that worried about not, keeping clients, you're just not doing a good enough job. Dennis, not saying that about you, obviously. You're such an expert in your field. But I mean, yeah, you and Brenda's company is, as I've talked to you guys before, is just amazing. So the thing is, though, it's okay. Okay. All ships rise and fall. We need support from each other in good and bad markets. It's okay. Great question. I appreciate that question. Wes, what's up? Eric, great to see you. I'm glad you're joining us. So yes, get out there, crush it, let people in the group. We don't ever screen people out. The one thing we don't do in our group, and most groups are like this as well, we don't allow people to self-promote or advertise. Honestly, that's not because I'm worried about competition. I've never had anybody, I've had multiple people actually post some things in this group that seemed like a competition to me. And if you scrolled back through and went far enough down, you'd find that I didn't remove any of those posts. I actually just thumbed up and said, hey, glad you're here. Looks like you're doing awesome work. The things that we do pull out of this Facebook group is if anybody ever tries to promote themselves in a really direct way, like, hey, I'm offering 50% off. Here's my new funnel, go check out. And it's kind of pushy and selly. Most groups don't allow that, or they allow it under one post a week or something like that. But we've intentionally structured this group to be an organic place where people that are creative agency owners can gather and gain knowledge and lean in on best practices that we're all sharing, so that it doesn't end up becoming a sales fest. It ends up staying very pure and very supportive, and very, very community oriented. That's why I literally talk to almost everybody in the group, literally one-on-one at some point or another. We try to keep up with that. It's a little challenging to keep with that, but it's really fun. We try to make it real. So hope that helps. Good question, Dennis. Mike, awesome to see you, dude. Dennis, great question. Okay, I am about to wrap this up. We're knocking on the 30-minute mark here. And I try to keep it tight for you guys so y'all can get back to your day. If you have more questions, again, put them in the group chat, like in down below in the comments, so everybody can share and lean on those questions. And if you want to private message me a question, you can if you don't want your name on it. But otherwise, I try to compile the questions and get them all knocked out every day so we can answer those. All right. I think we're good. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great afternoon, great Monday. See you on Tuesday, 10 Central. Have a fantastic day.